Hey YouTube, today I want to do a little series on my 10-piece kit. It's going to cover the items I have in it, the potential uses I have in the kit that I can foresee. It's not going to cover obviously every uses because, let's face it, we're going to have a 20-hour video on the uses of string alone. Never mind the fire element and cutting elements. Okay, so the basic intro is my 10-piece kit. I'll go over that, each item, what it is, reasons why I carry it. Then I'll move on an in-depth look in later videos at each particular item and why I use them and the potential uses I can foresee me using them for. Okay, so without further ado, let's move on. First of all, I'd like to point out I follow Dave Canterbury's Pathfinder system of the 10 C's. The 10 C's being a cutting tool, a combustion device, a covering element, a container, some cordage. The reason for carrying these 5 items, or the main 5 items, is these are the hardest to produce in the wild without specialist materials, specialist knowledge and copious amounts of time. What I mean by that is making nettle cordage, for example, is quite strong. Nettles are abundant pretty much everywhere. The skill to make it isn't that great. However, the time to make 3 meters of it, you're talking over an hour just to make 3 meters. It's a lot of time involved in that. To make a good shelter that'll keep the rain off you. Again, in this environment, I live in northern England. I'd say it rains about 65% of the time over here. So a shelter needs to be waterproof and able to trap your body heat. To do that effectively, you talk about 8 hours work. So by carrying a shelter, it cuts down that. Okay, the next 5 C's you can see on the table there is a compass, a candling device, a cotton bandana, a cloth sear needle, and under the Pathfinder system it is cargo tape. They recommend Gorilla brand tape. For me personally, I don't see a need for that. I'll rephrase that, I do see a need for that. However, the likelihood of me using that is a lot less than using me combination tool. Right, so let's get in there and we'll have a look at each item. Okay. There I have a BK2, that's a K-Bar Becker BK2 knife. That is my cutting element. Attached to the side of that is a small Light My Fire ferro rod. That is part of my combustion device. Next to that green, grey and pink tube, that is the ferro rod inside. That is a strike force. It also contains 2 wet fire tablets within it. That covers my need for instant fire for my combustion device. That green thing there with green string wrapped around it is a reusable space blanket by Grabber. It has 10 meters of paracord wrapped around it. Inside also has a wheelie bin liner. I've got 2 of them in there and 4 plastic tent sticks. You might be able to make out a red plastic tent stick on the inside of it. The next item we have in that black bag, that is my container. Sorry, I do apologise, that just escaped me. I was thinking cooking system. It's my container. I have the Pathfinder water bottle and mug there. I have a Tatonka steel mug. I have it's forgot me now. Titanium spork in there, Light My Fire titanium spork, and I have the Pathfinder fish spreader or pot hanger. Okay, and that concludes my apologies, first 4 elements. That black there is bank line. It is tarred line used for making nets for fishermen. Doesn't rot, doesn't stretch. It's made of 3 ply, which means it can be broken down into single fibres. So I've practically got 3 rolls of that. Okay, that is the first 5 C's. Okay, over there we have a silver compass. That's the military version with mills. Attached to that I have paste beads. We'll come on to more about that when we look at each item individually. That grey thing there, which is marked Petzl, that is my headlamp. It's a Petzl Tactica. Okay, the orange and sand colour thing. The sand colour thing is a Shimag. And the orange thing is the Pathfinder bandana that's been printed with all the paw prints and whatnot on it. Those are my cotton bandana elements. Down there we have a cloth seal needle. That's quite a large soft darning needle, and I've magnetised that ahead. That allows it to be used for other things which I'll get into when we look at them in the future. And instead of the cargo tape, I've chosen to carry a combination device, just purely because it is more appropriate to my needs. Look forward to our next video where we'll do an in-depth review and a little chat about each item as we go. Thanks for watching.